I like that this whole class wasn't so centered around success in a way of like, okay, you want this thing, go get it. And I've never been in a class like this before that's actually like touching base with who you are. And it's like, okay, you have this goal, what are you doing right now to invest in that? And sometimes it's like that's what my mom or my dad would ask me, but then when you're talking to strangers, it's like, oh, you go girl, or you go guy, like, okay, great. But then it's like, yeah, I have this goal, but then you're going home, but you're like, but I don't really know how to get there. So I like that this class is teaching you to be realistic. And what are you doing right now, today? Like, what are my habits that I need to work on? Like little daily things that I can do in order to progress in my life, so that way, I could aim for fulfillment and, being consistent and getting to know myself more, being more happier. So that's what I loved about this class.
We call this the Plus Club. It could mean whatever you want. Plus is something extra, like an A+, something on top of it. It's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be informative, nothing that your arm is twisted to go to. And as I mentioned, our program is focused on financial literacy and life skills. So what we discovered is that you can teach somebody good concepts in finance, but if they don't know how to follow these ideas, it really doesn't have any effect. So we're going to teach you about how to deal with uncertainty, life as a whole, how to deal with all these sorts of things. We have a summary of everything we're going to do today. We can also send you an electronic version. We also have these Plus Club, we call them moments. They could be great sayings or quotes from a celebrity. It could be one of the role models that we've interviewed. And it just gives you insight into how to make good financial decisions and live your life. We're focused on you getting on a path to a rich, quote unquote, life. Rich is not only about money, but it's also about making good decisions and being happy and being healthy and just kind of living your best possible life, the life you want. So we think money is part of the foundation for that, but other things matter as well.
I wholeheartedly enjoyed this financial literacy boot camp because it helped me realize that, yes, I've heard these things before, but if I keep hearing it, I will use it and I will finally implement it in my life because it's so important, financial literacy. Like, not many realize how much it will benefit you. Like, I come from a background where my parents moved from the Caribbean to the United States, and all they knew was to live to work. They never had the chance to learn financial literacy, and that's because they had to work in order to provide for the family and to provide for me and my siblings. And I feel like financial literacy is something that they should have been able to have, but unfortunately they weren't. So today, me showing up here today was for them because they didn't have that chance. And I would definitely pass on the knowledge that I learned today to my parents, and I want to create that generational kind of tradition where I can start now and later on, generations down, my family would just be successful in all aspects.
I make sure that everybody participates. You have these students who raise their hands right away, and we love them because they get everything jump-started. But there are also many students in the room who may be shy or hesitant about speaking up, so I call on them. But I also encourage them that speaking up doesn't mean you're going to be right or wrong. Everybody has their own unique opinion, and that opinion is right to you, and that opinion is valuable. I also try to listen to what they're saying and a little bit of what they're not saying. And if their conversation or what they're saying has a little negative undertone, I try to bring out the positivity in it. Even if it's, this was a bad situation, what did you learn from it? And even if it means that you learn not to do that again, then that is a benefit of you participating and sharing and analyzing the situation.
I feel like when you take the initiative to do what you need to do in life, it will definitely help you. I feel like procrastination is something like I struggle with, and I'm pretty sure everybody does. But if you take the initiative and stop thinking about something so much and just act on it, your life will become so much better. If you think about something, you tend to procrastinate, you tend to, weigh out your options, and you don't want that. If you take the initiative, you will get further in life and you will get to where you really want to be and also become the best version of yourself just by taking that first step.
I like to share my experience when we are speaking on a particular topic. And even if some of my experiences have been difficult, what they see is me standing in front of them, participating in this workshop and having a discussion with them and talking about the things that I have accomplished in my life. And hopefully they receive the message that there may be difficult times, there may be struggles, but you still can succeed, and having that discussion with them. And I think it's effective because many times after the sessions, the students approach me and want to hear about some of the specifics of the challenges that I've shared with them. And I try to be honest. Some situations I come out smelling like a rose, and some of the situations almost defeat me. But the important thing is, even though I've gone through that, I'm still here. I'm standing here in front of you and proud of the many accomplishments that I have achieved throughout my life.